Hello everyone. Today discussion of test number 91 starting from question number 1. You can pause this video and think about that, answer it, and then you can check your answers. Benzyl phenyl ether with HI heat. Here structure is not written, so I am also not writing it because that question already we have covered previously. Then this reaction is there, find out the products. Third is stability of enol form. Between these two, which will give a more stable enol form? That means where percentage of enol form will be slightly more. That is the question. So I am answering the question number 1. Think about it. Benzyl phenyl ether. Name is benzyl phenyl. So the structure should be, that is PH2, CH2O and PH. That is benzyl phenyl ether, right? And then you can see HI heat, the bond will be cleaved like this, carbocation generated, and it will give benzyl iodide plus PHOH. Okay, it is SN1 reaction taking place of the ether. Next question is NH2 is present, primary aromatic amine with chloroform KOH. Remember, this is standard carbolamine test that gives offensive smelling compound which is isocyanide. And then after this HClH2O heat, that means it is hydrolysis, that bond will be cleaved and we get finally again PHNH2 plus HCOOH. Okay, that are the final products. Third, I hope that you have already thought about that one, that enol form, its enol form will be this one. Its enol form will be this one. So here enol form, firstly both are highly in their keto forms, but here if the comparison is asked, then here at least we can say that alkene is slightly more branched, more substituted, so its enol form will be more as compared to this one, although both are more than 99% in keto form. So but question is there, so we can go for that. Here at least that alkene is more substituted, more branched, more hyperconjugable hydrogen, so that should be more. That enol percent should be more for this one as compared to acetone. Then among them, which will not show tautomerism? Think about the question number 4. Among these compounds, these nitro compounds, which will not show tautomerism? And I hope that you people are revising NCERT, reading it again and again. Not reading, you are learning the each section. As I told in the classes also, that you should do the part of first reading very slowly, just like beginner you have done initially, and then after that little bit more speed, and then at least before this coming unit test complete almost 5 times the NCERT part, because you have to keep on trying it. Okay, question number 4. We know in tautomerism it contains alpha hydrogen. Remember, we have done this example in tautomerism already, that NO2 can participate in the tautomerism like this, right? So that is the way alpha hydrogen is there. Yes, it will show tautomerism. It is not the answer. Here alpha hydrogen is there. Yes, it will not show. It will show tautomerism. It is not the answer. Here also alpha hydrogen is present. It is not going to show. Only which is not showing, option number D. Fifth is write down the major product here, and here IUPAC name of 6th question. Okay, think about that. I am answering question number 5th and 6th. In question number 5th, we know that it is Br2H nu, which is free radical substitution. sp3 carbon will form free radical. Here also possible, there also. It is better why it is tertiary and allylic also. And then on this carbon, Br radical will attack. So this should be the major product. Then next is spiro compound. Spiro compounds numbering will start from the adjacent carbon from which is with respect to spiro atom, and smaller ring proceeds first, and we proceed through the smaller ring 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Then name will be spiro. How many carbons there? In bracket you can mention 3. Then 1 2 3 4 3 4 in ascending order, and total are octane. This naming I think covered in the IUPAC part 2. Spiro, yes, it is covered. I remember, yes, it is covered. So always from the adjacent atom with respect to spiro atom is this one, which is shared between 2 rings, and we always proceed through smaller ring first. So 1 2 3 spiro, How many carbon in the smaller ring? 1, 2, 3. 3 dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then 8 carbons octane. Now question number 7th is on the basis of a name reaction. It's no-Vanagle reaction or no-Vengel reaction. Pronunciation may be both possible. What is that reaction? Firstly, precisely written here. Aldehyde or ketone with active methylene groups. Active methylene means here CH2 and electron withdrawing group in presence of nitrogenous base. It simply removes water. The way you have to write it, simply remove water. So you can remove H2O and combine carbon with another carbon. Okay, that is the no-Vanagle reaction in which carbonyl compounds on treatment with active methylene compounds in presence of nitrogenous bases like pyridine, pipyridine, amines, it gives finally this type of product. Okay, now using that concept, if I give you simple example, acetaldehyde with this compound, then you will do what? You will simply remove H2O and you will write the product CH3, CH double bond C, COOET, COOET. Now on that reaction, on the basis of this reaction, the question asked in NTA paper is that this aldehyde with active methylene pipyridine mentioned, then further they have given heating with water. So firstly what you will consider, that firstly we do normal no-Vanagle reaction where we remove H2O, right? And this will be formation of carboxylic group, okay, then CH double bond, and this gives COOR, COOR. Right, now this H plus H2O and hydrolysis, that results into hydrolysis of ester giving the carboxylic group, and then heating indicates, the part of heating is that geminal dicarboxylic is not stable, quickly CO2 evolve, and then finally the product should be like this. So you will select the option which is this product given. Okay, I have explained it. Again listen if you want. Next question is identify the structure of AC7H8O. The information is this is insoluble in dilute HCl, insoluble in water, insoluble in aqueous NaCO3. But it is soluble in dilute NaOH, which is A compound. A on treatment with Br2H2O gives C7H5O Br3, that is 3 Br are introduced. Now think about this information and these are the options given, and then select which is the correct one. Think, and I am answering it. You can pause this video in the meantime. So here the information which is useful for us is that among them 3 options are phenol, one is anisole. We know that anisole is not soluble in NaOH also. Why? Because we know phenols are soluble in NaOH because they contain acidic hydrogen. Other information like dilute HCl, yes, they are insoluble in water also, they are not completely soluble, or they are mainly insoluble. Or with aqueous NaCO3, important information, if you remember in acidic strength you have done that phenol will not react with aqueous NaCO3. Why? Because it is less acidic than the carbonic acid, and that is why no evolution of CO2, whereas carboxylic acids react with aqueous NaCO3 and they evolve CO2. So all this information useful. So first option eliminate, which is anisole. Second, third and fourth. Now this piece of information will help you that Br2H2O is standard reaction of phenol, which is bromine water test. So in the first option ortho position is blocked, and we know here Br3, that means we want 2,4,6 tribromophenol. So we can eliminate that option because here we will get 2 possibilities only, one ortho there and para there. Then here meta position is there, CH3. So ortho positions both available and para position available. So yes, this is a better option than D. Para position is blocked, so 2 ortho positions are available. So among them the correct answer is option number C. Next question is chain isomers of C7H16. The formula is given, which is heptane. Now remember one thing, in NCERT they have used this term chain isomers, and for alkanes the isomerism shown by them is mentioned as chain isomers only. Maybe in other alkenes and we simply use size of the parent chain change or size of the side chain change, then we say they are chain isomers. But in alkanes, they show chain isomers, and in NCERT they have solved one question also, chain isomers of this compound. They have written all possibilities. Like position also we can say they have included in the chains on the same lines. Answer for C7H16, we consider all possibilities starting from straight chain of 7 carbons, then 6 carbons and branching at second position and third position, then 5 carbons and 2 methyl groups at 2 2, 3 3, and then 2 3, and then 2 4, and 3 ethyl. These are the possibilities. When you count all of them, all these structural changes in the carbon chain, then total comes out to be 9. So you can try this question by writing its structures. Next question, you can think about it. Strongest base among them, I'm answering it. You can pause this video if you want to solve it. First one, we know NH2 is with -M, it is very less basic. Then here one of the strongest nitrogenous base, which is guanidine. In your notes that example is already covered, that guanidine is one of the strongest nitrogenous base. Why? Firstly, you can see there are 2 plus M groups, NH2, NH2 both side, and this NH lone pair, they are not in conjugation. Other important reason is when you write its resonating structure after gain of H plus. Here H plus is gained, it forms NH2 plus, and then when you write the structure, it is getting the equivalent resonating structures. 3 equivalent resonating structures are formed. So guanidine, remember, or if you have revised the notes, you can easily find it out that it is an example guanidine. Next one, normal bases. So among them answer is only B. Next question is, this is the compound given, that is para-nitrobenzaldehyde, and then X reagent taken and you are getting the alcohol here. Identify among them, which is clearly possible. We know zinc HCl will convert it into CH3, HCHO OH-, that means it is Cannizzaro reaction. With Cannizzaro reaction, we know that more reactive aldehyde will be oxidized and less reactive will be reduced. Now here they have clearly given that CH2OH is formed. So we can clearly think that we have to go by the options. It means formaldehyde is undergoing formic acid formation and this undergoes reduction. Which reaction? Cannizzaro. It is possible, but still we see other options. With lithium aluminum hydride, we know this will be converted to CH2OH, and NO2 undergoes diazo formation. So eliminate option number 3, and SnHCl will convert NO to NH2. So among them, the only appropriate answer is Cannizzaro reaction, where this should form formate ion HCO minus Na plus, and this should form alcohol reduction. Next is some information that oxidation using selenium oxide. We never use this such type of reagent in as per need, but they are given the question. So the purpose of this video is only that some new reagents or less common reagents if asked, then I will explain them as per the question mentioned in the NTA paper. So here selenium oxide in acetic acid, or simply mention selenium oxide, SeO2, it oxidizes the active methylene groups like which are adjacent to double bond O, maybe aldehyde or ketone. Or in the allylic system, it also oxidizes the allylic position to hydroxylation, or allylic hydroxylation is done. How? See the example, you understand. These two are CH2 groups adjacent to C double bond O. So these are termed as active methylene groups, and when after this reaction, what is the product? Any of them, we can write it like this, converted to carbonyl. That is the oxidation using selenium oxide. Another, here you can see this is CH2 active methylene. After the reaction, the product formed will be PH, C double bond OO, and PH. Okay. Similarly, in allylic system, it is hydroxylation. Allylic hydroxylation, where is CH2? This one. So this is converted to CHOH. That is the example given actually in the mock test number 92. It is 91 already done, 92 is going on. Then fourth, again allylic system. Now here allylic CH2 group is preferred as compared to CH3. So here this will be oxidized and it gives allylic hydroxylation. Where? At this position. Same way here, both side availability, CH2 is here, so it will be preferred. This is allylic hydroxylation using selenium oxide. Now question number 13th is important, and already this order I have explained or I have given in the initial mock test discussion. I think in the test number 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, in that it was discussed. Now again that order is here. Decreasing order of the nucleophilic addition, decreasing order of these functional groups, decreasing order towards nucleophilic addition. So if you remember, you have revised that portion, then you can answer it. Pause this video. I am giving answer for question number 13. Among them, the order for nucleophilic addition, which is experimental order mainly, the explanation given is not suiting. That acid halide is maximum, then is fourth acid anhydride, then is second aldehyde, then is ketone. Generally this order we never use. Why? Because acid derivatives different order is there, and that is the most common, that acid halide, anhydride, ester and amide. But here they have given aldehyde also. That is why that order is slightly different, and it is given in standard book that this is the observed order for nucleophilic addition. So that same order they have also written here, but explanation is not suiting, because if we go by the normal electronic effect, then aldehyde should be maximum, but here aldehyde is after the anhydride, and after anhydride it is aldehyde, then ketone, then comes ester and carboxylic acid. That order initially I have mentioned it: aldehyde, ketone, then ester, carboxylic acid, approximately same given, then amide comes. So that order is not required till the amide part. Okay, next question 14th, you can think about that question. Some error is there in the first part, that is AgNO3 is mentioned. We have done this reaction in notes. So try to recall that carboxylic acid Ag, or I will explain it, that here it should not be AgNO3, it should be moist Ag2O, or it should be AgOH. Why? Because it is Huns-Dekker reaction. Which reaction? Huns-Dekker reaction. We have written already it in notes. Now first step is it forms CO minus Ag plus, then CO2 leave radical generated, this radical is CH3CH2, and then Br radical attacks, so finally we get CH3CH2Br. With Cl2 and Br2 we get alkyl halide with one less carbon. With I2 we get the ester product, which is not important, but yes, we have done this part in the reaction. Huns-Dekker reaction is AgOH and then with Br2, or Huns-Dekker reaction is CO minus Ag plus and then treating it with Br2 heat. It gives RBr, one carbon less, alkyl halide plus CO2 evolved and plus AgBr formed. Okay. Question number 15th is, among these compounds which will give thermal elimination. So here you remember that in the ester we have done the reaction in the mock test only, the pyrolysis of ester. The pyrolysis of ester with Hofmann elimination is the, or Hofmann product is the major product. So first is alkyl halide, we have done all reactions of elimination, never we do only thermal elimination. Alcohol we also take E1, E2, but there are catalysts used. But with pyrolysis of ester, thermal elimination is done and Hofmann alkene is formed as major product. Next question is that again a question where by elimination we can answer it only. The reactivity of HCHO, formaldehyde, with following Grignard reagent. We know Grignard reagent will attack and acts as a nucleophilic addition will take place. So these are the four compounds, and that is the order. We have to find as per the option, because generally we do not compare different alkyl Grignard reagents, because there are several factors which decide the reactivity, which depends on the solvent used, and in different solvents the reactivity order of the alkyl Grignard reagent is different. So that is general question asked. So by the options we can think over it. So you can see first compound is phenyl, magnesium bromide, then benzyl, allyl and vinyl. Now we know that the CMg bond will be stronger for phenyl. Why? It is sp2 carbon Mg bond. Here it is benzyl and vinyl. Their CMg bond is little bit weaker as compared to the vinyl and phenyl, because they are sp3 carbons and there is partial negative charge developed. So allyl and phenyl, they are very fast in the, they should be very fast in the reactivity. Now here HCHO is not crowded. If it is a crowded one, then we have to think about steric hindrance of benzyl and allyl. But here because of HCHO, then we can go for that benzyl and allyl, which is faster. Benzyl should be faster as compared to allyl, because still here CMg bond. In this case benzyl is little bit more stabilized due to the some kind of overlap of resonance in the partial negative charge E1. So second and third we can second should be better. So again among these options we can keep first and fourth at the end. That means A and B options gone. Now here 2 and 3 is given, which is a better option because of phenyl and benzyl, allyl and benzyl, and HCHO steric factor is not a problem. If steric factor is there, then we could go for third better than 2. So second and third if better, then only option left is, that is 1 and 4. Among between these two, difficult to compare. Okay, so by 2 and 3 we will get the answer that D should be the correct one. Explanation given, but it is only mentioning the stability order. Maybe here carbanion is character is there, which is more with sp carbons, sp2 carbons, so negative charge will be little bit more stabilized. So that will be the maybe a reason, but that data is not available easily. Then 17th question is allyl chloride on dehydrohalogenation gives, these are the options given, propadiene or propylene, that is it is propine, then allyl alcohol, then propene. Now we can only think among them that logically if we go, then we know that it is allylic, it is dehydrohalogenation, Cl will leave, here H will leave, है ना, dehydrohalogenation, and we get the product, that is CH2 double bond CH double bond CH, which is propadiene undoubtedly. But here one option given is propylene also, and that information is there that propylene isomerizes to propine as well. Why? Because thermodynamically propine is more stable. Energy difference is there, again pure information. By logic it should be the answer, but explanation, but the reason given is only propylene. The reason is isomerization takes place, and why? Because propylene is thermodynamically more stable. So what happens? This pi electron shift on the one side, charges develop, and just like if you remember in NaNH2 and alcoholic KOH2, with one case if we take like NaNH2 excess, terminal alkyne is formed, isomerization takes place. So here also you can take that one, that here the reason is only thermodynamic stability, although they have not mentioned here anything about heating further done or not, but answer can be taken as B on the basis of thermodynamic stability of propylene more. So A, which is propadiene, formed, and it undergoes isomerization to give the terminal alkyne as the product. Now next question is a good question, that chiral conformation of N-butane among them. So we know that N-butane overall is achiral, but in the this interconvertibility of the conformers in between in the gauge form it becomes chiral. Why? Because you can see first one is anti, you will get plane of symmetry. Second one is again plane of symmetry, eclipse form. And most common interconvertible forms we take the stable ones like gauge conformation or anti. So in the gauge conformation, which is at 60 degree and then at 120, 180, then 240, and then 300. Sorry, at 300 also there is a gauge conformation, and in gauge conformation there is no symmetry, no POS, no COS. Therefore, we take that this conformation of N-butane is chiral, but remember overall it is optically inactive because it is only interconvertibility is there. So if one chiral form is there, its mirror image is also there, and that's why overall it is a chiral molecule. The next question is melting point order. So go by the options. As per the options we can answer this question. Melting point order among them, you can see it is N-butane, alkane, which is then butene, cis and trans, then 1-butyne. Now remember one thing, we have done this similar type of example in the initial mock test discussion, that a proper example was given in the statement type. So alkynes boiling point is generally more than alkenes and alkynes. Similarly, its melting point is also higher. Why? Because it is linear shape structure, better packing in the lattice. So fourth should be maximum as compared to other four-membered compounds. So among them you can eliminate which option? First option eliminate and fourth option eliminate. Now fourth second and third, and then 4, 3, 2. We know between cis and trans is more symmetrical, so trans should be more as compared to cis. So answer by elimination you will get alkyne maximum, then trans, then cis, and last is N-butane. Next is, which alkene gives optically inactive compound with bromination or Br2 with CCl4? Several times in the assignments you have done this question, so you can easily answer it. Firstly, remember this is which compound? 1-butene, propene, cis-2-butene and trans-2-butene. We know when we do the bromination in first one, 1-butene, you will get a chiral center, optically active, eliminate that option. In propene also you will get 1 Br in the middle, on the right side also Br, carbon becomes chiral, so it is optically active, eliminate that option. Now again that question, very standard question, cis and trans. So in cis and trans butene, we know that here it is carbon-carbon double bond, so both alkyl groups are same. So which trick we use? We use the trick of car and tram, that with trans anti-addition, because it is which addition? Anti-addition. In anti-addition in trans it is meso form, but remember when meso is formed? When both groups are identical. So here both are identical, one is CH3, one is CH3. So you will get in this case which type of product? You will get here this type of product. Even by stereochemistry you can solve this, but it was time taking. If you try to solve, you can also get the answer by writing trans butene, then do anti-addition, and finally when you rotate the molecule in a eclipse form, you will get exactly each group in front of each other, like CH3 in front of CH3, Br in front of Br, H in front of H. So answer is tram. So I told you that how we are getting it, remembering that these groups, every group should be same, then we use tram. If I say here methyl, here ethyl, then it is not meso, then we will get its enantiomer also and it becomes racemic. So that trick if you use, it is some point is there that you should be able to identify. Next question is, this is the alcohol with TSCl and lithium aluminum hydride. Find out X. This compound you have to find, this is X. These are the options given. Think about it, I am answering it. Now in this question we have done this part, the TSCl, it reacts with OH and forms a very good living group. OTS is firstly formed, that it forms HCl release, and O combines with TS. Tosyl chloride, it is basically tosyl chloride reacts with alcohol to give tosylates. OTS, it is one of the best living group, or one of the very good living groups. It leaves and carbon here gets positive charge developed. The lithium aluminum hydride contains hydride ions, so this H minus will attack and simply get CH3 CH3. Answer is option number C. Think about it. Okay. Question number 22. It's information that we can prepare oxalic acid industrially. Industrial preparation can be done by using sodium formate. Sodium formate, heating around 360. In the question they have given 400. Comparable you can take, and after this we get the sodium oxalate plus H2 is evolved. That is the question given. So I have written the complete reaction, that if you do the acidic hydrolysis, acidification of this mixture, then H2 is already evolved, then it will gain H plus, and finally we get oxalic acid, which is industrial preparation of oxalic acid from sodium formate. Okay, in the question they have given only this part, that two products are formed, one is sodium oxalate, other is H2. Next question, think about it, that this compound can be prepared. These are the three options given. Pause this video, think about it, identify which is the correct one to give you this given compound. Okay, next question is not correctly matched. I have written NH3 plus, that is meta directing mentioned. Then next one is BOH twice, it is mentioned meta director here. CH3 mentioned meta director, and then phosphate is given meta director. Yes. In this question it is, I think, phosphate is given. So you can think about it. Answer question number 23. I am explaining it. ठीक है. So here you can see that PHCHO with Grignard. We know aldehyde RCHO or PHCHO with Grignard will give secondary alcohol. So that means it is formed. Yes. First will give. Second one PHMgR. Again PH minus will add over here. CH3CHO will give PH3CH, OH and PH. So here it is possible. Yes. Third one is reduction of ketone by using NaBH4. Will it give it? Yes, it will give the formation of secondary alcohol. That means C is also correct. The answer will be all of them. Okay, next is not correctly matched. We know NH3 plus is meta director. Yes, it is correctly matched. Yes, but question is which is not. Then BOH twice meta director. Yes, we know that boron is electron deficient. You can clearly see it will accept the electrons. Deficient species on the conjugation, it means meta director or in the benzene ring. Then CH3, clearly CH3 we know, we use several questions that it is basically what? It is ortho para directing, so it is not correctly matched, no doubt. Now there is a option which is given as phosphate group is mentioned, right? And here benzene ring, that means we can attach. Now in this case, firstly theoretically if we go, then we know here lone pairs are available and it should be ortho para directing, although P double bond O is there withdrawing effect, but it should be ortho para directing. So among them answer is only one given, so C clearly is the answer, but here other reason given is in the explanation only that it exists in dipolar form. If it is like that, so here they have shown that due to the resonance delocalization, here plus and there minus. That is the way it is written and that is the way it is explained as meta directing group. So among these four, due to clear cut answer which is CH3, we can take this, maybe it is possible, otherwise it should be also ortho para directing, and we never use this group in the reactions, so such data I have not seen. So maybe because of the one answer is clearly there, so we can go by the reason given that it is existing in dipolar form. Okay. Then next question is identify which is L configuration. Remember capital D, capital L, it is covered in the optical isomerism separately, so it is very basic question. After a long time I have seen this question in the mock test, so I have taken it also for discussion. So you can go for here CHO. Firstly we write in Fischer projection, it is considering it to be Fischer projection. I am not writing here carbon because it is taking the more space. So considering that all are in Fischer given, the way they have written is like this. It is only Fischer we can take. So here OH is on the right side, CHO on the top, it is capital D. Here it is NH2 on the right side, capital D amino acid. Here multiple carbons are there which are having chiral centers, carboxylic upper, CH2H below, OH on the right side, second carbon is D, third is D and C is L. Okay. So here if you go for that, so among them the highest number chiral center is this one. When the molecule, or if you remember in glucose also, when we say it is overall D or overall L, then highest number chiral center is this one. On this check the configuration whether it is right. If it is right then it will be D, if it is left it is L. Arrangement should be top most carbon should be most oxidized carbon, that means carbon which is with maximum oxygens. Okay. Then here CHO on the top, correct way to represent it is that CHO here, CH2H at the bottom, it is most oxidized carbon. Highest number chiral center is this one, it is OH on the right side, it is D configuration. Answer is C. Now in next part, here again I am discussing question number 24th that I have discussed in the last question, that here this structure of phosphate is given. Actually I have written both side double bond O. The structure of phosphate is dimethyl phenyl phosphate is this one. Still logically if we go, that sigma complex formed and this should be ortho para directing, but that information is given only in the explanation of NTA, that here it exists in the polar form, and if polar form it exists means plus is always there, so it is meta directing. So why I have taken it, because I have written the wrong structure, double bond O, actually it is both side OCH3, But in short, it won't make any difference because oxygen is connected to benzene. Logically, it should be ortho para, but when some information is given in the explanation which we cannot cross check from any other uh, good reference about that, because we never use such examples or such groups for the reaction in the activating or deactivating group. So we can go by that information only, and in that option only methyl will be the correct answer. Next is ester with Na-ethanol. Remember, this is Na-ethanol. We have done already in one of the mock tests about the blank reduction, Bolt blank reduction, where I have mentioned it reduces which groups and which groups will not be reduced. So only using the information as per the requirement here, that yes, it reduces ester groups, and finally this part will give you ethanol and this part will give you the tertiary butyl alcohol. ठीक है, the next question is most reactive for dehydrogenation among these alcohols. So firstly, we normally go by the meaning, which is dehydrogenation, that is removal of oxygen. So you can go for that. Here most withdrawing group is present, this H will be most acidic. Similarly here CN, CHO, so among them removal of this will be fastest among them because of the strong withdrawing group present. The next is important question, Wurtz reaction. Ethyl bromide with Na ether products. These are the products mentioned. Think about this question. I'll answer it. Now in this reaction we know that the major product is butane, or the yield of the even numbered alkanes are good with symmetrical alkanes, that we all know. But how they have given the options, pure and butane. We know pure is not there. Yes, yield of symmetrical alkane is good, and that's why we always quote that symmetrical alkanes are formed by the even numbered alkanes are formed by the symmetrical alkyl halide. The R should be symmetrical. If we take unsymmetrical alkyl halides in the mixture, then we get mixture of compounds or mixture of alkanes. Like if I take CH3Br and C2H5Br, then we get propane, but other than also we get ethane, we get butane, we get mixture of alkanes in short. So here also that information, that here options are pure and butane. The moment they have said pure, that means it is not pure, it is with good yield we get butane. So we can eliminate option number 1. Mixture of butane plus H2, okay, leave that one. Mixture of butane, ethene and ethane. Now this is the correct answer. Why? Because when reaction takes place, both mechanisms are proposed, free radical and anionic. So we know by this way, no doubt we get this is in the major product is or good yield for butane. But ethene is also possible. How? When carbon ion generated, it takes beta H, Br leave, and this will give C2H6 and this will give ethene. That is the way that the possibility of alkene and alkyne is also there. So the option ultimately in organic, what we always select, the best option. Pure word is the reason that option 1 is eliminated. Methane we get plus H2 is not there. Only answer is which one? Third one, that is mixture of butane, ethene and ethane. Right, next question is that compound. Think about it, how to proceed. Now in this case it is simply alkaline medium or strongly basic medium, aldehyde, and there is CH3CN. We know that it is a type of aldol. Why type? Because here this is CN group which makes this hydrogen acidic. It leaves and C minus forms, CH2 minus nucleophile, it will add over there, and firstly we get aldol type product, OH CH2CN. Then strong base NH2 minus is present. Next step will be minus of H2O, just like aldol. OH will go from there, here H, and we will get the product CH2CN. Okay, just like aldol type. See students, we have done so many questions in these mock tests. So some of the repetitive questions I have not discussed, like Victor Mayer test given, sometimes it is covered in between the mock test, blank reduction already here covered, or in between hydrolysis of cyanide, isocyanide. Those questions, if you are seeing the videos from the beginning, then you will understand that these questions are not should be discussed here in the selective discussion. ठीक है, any new information based, less important new information based, or any very good question like Woods reaction question was there. It is really good. Why? Because generally symmetrical alkanes formed, and they have given one option with symmetrical alkane, but term is pure butane mentioned. So that questions we should cover here. Now going with the question number 31, already we have done this question in the assignments. ठीक है, same question it is. The Br2 addition on the double bond, we know that from the Br2 only Br plus electrophile will generate and a cyclic intermediate is formed, right? Then one is Br plus, other will be Br minus, and from the solution also major amount is present of Cl minus. Now we know that here Markovnikov addition takes place, this will shift this side, Y plus is more stable here, and quickly nucleophile will attack. If Br attacks there, we get dibromo product, that is vicinal dibromide, or major product will be Cl minus will also attack here, which is in major amount because Cl minus concentration is more in the solution. So we will get 1 bromo 2 chloro compound. So go by the options where it is given mixture of the product, or if not given mixture, then major product will be 1 bromo 2 chloro. 32 question is requiring information that H2O2 acts as an oxidizing agent, and with carboxylic group it gives a reaction and forms beta hydroxy acid. So that's why it is important, not important reaction at all, but given in NTA question, so we can cover it that hydrogen peroxide oxidizes the carbon which is beta carbon, and there we get OH group. Hydroxylation takes place at beta position, and then on heating beta hydroxy acid results into the alkene formation, H2O released. So that is again information based, not important, but given as a new reaction, and that is given also in the books in the extra information you can take, because all extra information we cannot cover. We are trying that mostly we can cover what are given in the mock test questions. Next question is little bit good also. Toluene Cl2H new product formed HOH NaOH. That is the way it is written in the app, and here it is written small. So now here what we can interpret this small means it is lesser in amount. If it is lesser in amount and chlorination is done, we know for monochlorination what is the better condition, that excess of alkane is taken, then we get a better amount of or good yield of monohalogenated product. But if we do the opposite, like less amount of alkane is taken, then we should get polyhalogenated product as the major. So using that information, one by one all H will be substituted by Cl. ठीक है, we get PH, CCl3, and after this hydrolysis done, all Cl will be substituted by OH and water releases, and we get finally benzoic acid. So that is why all options given, like if you do not consider this point, you will form CH2Cl, hydrolysis done, you will get PH CH2OH, that means benzyl alcohol. But remember that information is given here small, or we can say less quantity. That's why firstly polyhalogenated product should be given, and then on hydrolysis it will give benzoic acid. So that is a discussion of the mock test from 91 to 95. Thank you.